Welcome back. So today we are doing a deep dive into a product that's been making the rounds online, the Velvra Parasite Cleanse. And the pitch is really slick. Velvra is marketing it as this gentle, all-natural solution for kids.
For everything, it seems.
Right. They promise to flush out hidden parasites, help digestion, improve sleep, mood, immunity, you name it.
The website looks great, too. Very clean, very professional. It really suggests, a simple, safe kit for parents who are worried.
Exactly. So our mission here is to put that glossy marketing up against the actual reality.
Yeah, we want to see if those big promises are actually delivering or if it's just hiding a pretty questionable operation underneath.
Okay, so to be fair, let's start with what people like. There were some positives.
A few, yeah. The taste, for one, which for a kid's supplement is a pretty big deal.
A huge hurdle. People said it was like a fruity syrup, easy for kids to take.
And at least initially, the customer service seemed fast. When people first reached out with questions, they got quick replies.
But that seems to be where the good news kind of stops.
It really does, because when you get to efficacy and liability, the whole thing starts to fall apart.
You're talking about that FDA disclaimer.
Exactly, the classic fine print that says the product is explicitly not meant to diagnose or treat any medical condition.
Which is such a contradiction, because their whole marketing campaign is hinting that it does exactly that.
It's the ultimate liability shield. And the user results, well, they really reflect that gap.
We saw reports from parents who saw zero improvement.
One parent specifically used the cleanse and the detox binder for 2 full weeks consistently.
And the result?
Their child's behavior actually got worse.
Wow. So the science is shaky, but what about the actual business side of things, the logistics?
This is where it gets really bad. The operational integrity is just not there.
But hold on, shipping problems. Couldn't that just be, growing pains for a new company?
You'd think so, and sometimes, sure. But it's the pattern here, and the refusal to fix their own mistakes. That's the real red flag.
What do you mean?
Okay, so we saw these widespread reports of packages being returned at customs.
Why?
Because the courier was demanding payment on delivery.
Even though the customer had already paid Velvra for shipping.
Exactly. That's a logistics mistake, a bad courier setup. But the problem is what Velvra did next.
Which is what?
They denied the refunds.
What? On what grounds?
They blamed the customer. They'd say the address was wrong, even when customers sent them the full tracking details from the shipping company, proving the problem was on Velvra's end.
So they blamed the customer's home address, even with proof.
Yep. It goes from a simple shipping error to a deliberate refusal to pay people back.
There was that one really bad story, right? A customer who spent $170.
Oh, that one was awful. They waited a full month. The company kept changing their story. First, it was the courier, then an ingredient shortage, then they said another package was lost.
So that parent had to basically fight to get their money back.
And they still aren't sure they ever would.
It just doesn't line up with the image they project.
Not at all. And that brings up the question of scale versus reality. They claim huge numbers of happy families, but their online presence is tiny.
How tiny?
We found just 19 reviews on Trustpilot. 19.
That's nothing.
It's nothing. And the timeline makes sense, too. The website is brand new, created in late November 2024.
So the massive scale they're implying in their marketing, it's just not backed up by reality.
No, it's high-gloss marketing that seems to be masking some really broken logistics.
So the takeaway here for you, listening, isn't just about whether the drops themselves work.
Right. The real insight is that the combination of shipping failures, these refund denials, and the lack of scientific proof, it all points in one direction.
The big red flag.
A huge one.
Yeah.
If a company can't even handle shipping and refunds properly, why on earth would you trust them with your child's health?
So the actionable advice is this. When you see a product promising the world without any real evidence, look at the nuts and bolts.
Look at the refund policy. Look at their shipping track record. That stuff tells a clearer story than a beautiful website ever will.
And we'll leave you with a final thought to mull over.
Yeah, think about this. A company that promotes its fast customer service. But when you follow that service to its conclusion, the final answer is an intentional denial of a refund.
How much is that fast service really worth?
Something to think about the next time a perfect ad pops up in your feed.